Hey guys, welcome back to Adventure Camping. Tactical Nut here, and today we're here to talk about a hydration pack from Rupumpack, so stay tuned. Alright ladies and gentlemen, let's start with the specs and then we'll work our way from the outside of the pack to the inside to show you what I think about it and why I think it might be good for you. First off, it's made out of what you can see to be a ripstop material. It is 18 liters and has a 2.5 liter bladder. Now as you can see, it has a lot of features, so stay tuned because it's going to be pretty interesting. You have pouches on each side, good for a water bottle, or as you see here, I have my little fire starting kit. You have a zippered pouch on the outside, a buckled pouch right here, as you can see that I'm keeping my poncho in. On the back you have little reflective tabs on each of the shoulder straps. You have D-rings right here. You also have a clip for your water bladder hose. You have a sternum strap that also has, oops, where's the other side? An emergency whistle built on. So let's try that out real quick. So decent volume out of that. Your waist strap has pouches on either side that are zippered, and the zippers are SBS. Obviously not YKK, but they have still done extremely well for me. Now let's go ahead. Now as you can see how you set these up, this is all going to be personal preference as how you set it up, because it's all about what kind of trip or what you're using it for. But right here you have a small zippered pouch. Right now I'm just keeping a cotton bandana in it because that's good just for, you know, wiping sweat off, cleaning yourself, or anything like that. I always keep a climbing rated carabiner on just in case I want to hang up gear or I need to use it for something else. Little pack towel I also have attached to the strap, and this is adjustable so you can cinch it down if you need to just get a tighter fit and keep it closer to your body. The first pouch right here, I'll let you see, right? It's a little bit smaller, but it does go all the way to the bottom. For me, I just keep like ranger bands, zip ties, and stuff like that for attaching things. I always carry my workshop field sharpener just so, you know, I'm always doing stuff with knives, so you got to keep your blades sharp. But also, let's take this out so it's a little more flexible. You have a zippered pouch right here, which goes all the way to the bottom, so a large zipper pouch on that. For me, I'm just keeping fire tender material, little sport-ish kind of thing. Actually, 2 of those. Could never, you know, just in case your friend forgets theirs. Always good to have a backup. Water purifier and hand sanitizer, so that way you can clean your water and yourself. Put this one back up, which leads us to the next larger pouch. Oops, got the zipper hung up. There we go. All right, now this is obviously the largest pouch and most important one. So in here, just to show you how much this thing will hold, this is typically not all the stuff I would take with me or the exact stuff I would take with me, but obviously you always want gloves, especially if you're going to be using knives as much as I do. Bandage. I've got this size pouch and the Van Quest one. So very, you know, this is a pretty large pouch. This is a smaller one, but both of them fit in here perfectly. And then of course you have just an elastic pouch right here, which goes all the way to the bottom as well. So this, one of the things that I really like about this setup that this one has, is because all the pockets are so large. So I mean, I've probably tested 9 or 10 hydration packs and most of them have a lot of little pockets. I personally like the larger ones. So survival blanket, you always want to keep one of those wherever you're going, whatever the time of year. Toilet paper, and then I keep this for like backup batteries and stuff. Obviously what you put in it's going to be up to you and what you're doing on your adventure. Then on the top across here, and this is one thing that I really love about this hydration pack. It is fully insulated, and I did test a Sierra Designs hydration pack that was insulated, but I gotta say, I do believe that the insulation on this one is better. It does say it will keep your beverages cold up to 4 hours, or your water, but I found a trick with that, especially during the summer. What I'll do is I'll pack it about half full of ice, or maybe 3/4 and then some water. Keeps your back cool, and then at the same time, that gives you really cold drinking water for a long time. Your hydration bladder itself is made out of what they call an EVA material, which is BPA free. It is 2.5 liters. I do love these large openings on hydration packs because for me, it makes it a lot easier to put ice in, but of course easier to fill and unfill. These types of closures also, to me, in my opinion, have made them much more leak proof. And you can feel, this is, I know you can't tell by looking at it on camera, but it is a very thick material, so I do love that about it, so you don't have to feel like you're worrying that it's going to get punctured or something. And then as you can see here, and sorry about some dude chainsawing right now, 2 Velcro straps to hold it in place. Your straw is also insulated, as you can see, the full length. And I will say this, now that winter's on the way, having an insulated pouch for your water is not just good in the summer, it can be good in the winter too, because it can also prevent your water from freezing. Which, you know, if you've ever been out in the woods and or out camping or something like that, and then you wake up in the morning and all your water's frozen solid and you have to get a fire going just to get something to drink, this can definitely help prevent it. It won't necessarily solve the problem, but it definitely helps prevent the issue. You do have a good carry handle here. On the back you do have, and I'll let you, hopefully you'll be able to tell how far these come out, the padding right here. It is pretty thick, I would say about a good half inch thick, so you get good ventilation and airflow. The mesh does help any sweat wick it up pretty quickly, and then of course get rid of it quickly, so that way you're not walking around soaking wet. Your waist belt straps have the same thing. And then of course, to show you what those pockets can hold, for this one on mine, I keep a compass in one pocket, and of course some chapstick. I never really use chopstick. I like to keep it as a fire starter, or a potential fire starter if I needed one, or just in case. I mean, during the winter, if it does get really cold and your lips get chapped, you do have it just in case. But it is really rare that I actually use it. But you'd be amazed at how many I have for a guy that really doesn't use it. On this side, you have a little pack of Band-Aids. I know a lot of people kind of go light if you're just doing a day hike or something like that on first aid, but this right here, to me, I like keeping here because it keeps it really handy. The Band-Aids are protected, but I mean, for the most part, more than likely you're just going to get little scrapes and stuff, and a good way to take care of that, especially if you have kids. Band-Aids go a long way with keeping them in the activity because it just makes them feel better. Keep a backup little pocket knife, and then of course a flashlight. Now, obviously, you can set these waist pouches up any way that you want because it's all going to be based on what you're doing. A lot of people like to put snacks in them and stuff, but for me, I like to keep any navigational materials that I need. Always a backup pocket knife or something like that in case you lose one. A light, because especially with losing daylight so much faster these days, having as much light as possible is really key. One of the things that I do like about these straps is it has these bands, retention bands, so hopefully you can see that. So once you adjust it for yourself, you can keep the straps from flapping all over the place, which is nice because, you know, I've had packs and hydration packs that don't have those and you have to add them yourself. Not that it's a big deal because, as you saw, I carry a pack of Ranger bands with me, but it's just nice to know that it comes with it and you don't have to worry about it. Little reflective strap right here, and obviously a loop, so if you wanted to attach something else to it. And then of course, I mean, as you see here, you know, I've got a military poncho which packs down kind of, which they're kind of thick, but if you're the type that just likes to carry a packable raincoat or something like that, obviously that's going to be smaller and pack in a little easier. But I gotta say, get back the camera up here. Hopefully you'll be able to see all of me in this, since I can't see what you're seeing right now. So you want to tighten them up, just pull the straps. And then if you wanted to, you can fold these down and keep them inside the retention straps a little more, obviously for this purpose. Hopefully, sorry about this. But really comfortable, especially when stuff falls off. But yeah, really comfortable. The straps are not, they're padded, but not overly padded, so it keeps it good and comfortable. Definitely absorb shocks pretty well. I do like the D-rings. I don't use them as much, but I like the option of being able to hook gear here if I needed to get it or keep it more readily accessible. But yeah, just one more time around. Highly recommend this, guys. Obviously, if you watch this channel and if you've seen how many hydration packs I've reviewed, you will know that this is one thing that I love to have, because going in the outdoors, you know, always you need water. I have been to places where on a map you could see that there were streams and stuff that ran through where I was going, but you get there and it's always worse in the summer, but you get there and the streams are dried up. So at least this guarantees that you would have at least 2.5 liters of water with you. So I mean, every trip I go on, I always have a hydration pack. So, but these can be used for not just hiking and camping and stuff, but you could always use it hunting. You could take, even though this isn't camouflaged, you could always throw something camouflaged over it. But then of course, like running, jogging, anything like that, walking around, not necessarily for a hike, but going to a park or something like that, you could just fill it full of snacks and whatever else you wanted. Okay, guys. All right, ladies and gentlemen, somehow the camera cut off while I was filming the video, so let me just go ahead and take a minute of at least covering one thing that I know I forgot, so it's actually kind of good that I did it. Here's the clip that comes on the hydration pack in order to hold your hose. But I gotta say one thing about it real quick, is that the bite valve is probably one of the most comfortable that I've ever used. It's you know, it's rubberized, but it's actually really soft, so works extremely well. And I will say, not had any leaks from here or from the hydration pack, and the hose does screw off, and so that way you can clean it a lot easier. Alright guys, I think that was about everything that we need, and so hopefully this will help you in your purchasing decisions of a new hydration pack. I highly recommend this one. A lot of great features and really comfortable to wear, and of course a lot of uses. Alright, in the meantime, be prepared, have fun.